All right, so one thing you should know, this is going to be very brief. It's going to be a very brief recording. But sorry, please can you mute yourself? So in community management in Web3 or any place, right? One of the things that tax creates is managing a community, starting an event. When talking about managing a community, it means that you keep the community in line with the visions and the goals and the mission and the consistent activities of the project. You're always updating the community with whatever progress that the project in general is making. And then you're making sure that the conversations in the community is kept in line. Now, people are going to have questions about the project. People are going to ask. People are going to, try to get clarity. People are going to ask. Some of them are going to be novices. Some of them are going to be. So it's your responsibility to understand the details of the project in order to pass that message across. So the role of a community moderator and a community manager, they used to intertwine. Now, a moderator will most likely handle the event, most likely do similar things, like similar stuff with the community manager. Now, one of the reasons why a community manager's role is very important, is very vital, is that the whatever audience that the project has outside the community manager makes sure that that audience is retained. Now, community management is very, very important, even outside Web3, even in other industries, other sectors, because that is the way to convert people from let's say, people that just like you on social media and convert them to loyal fans. If you have people that just always like your post, the only way you can know people that really support your project or what you're doing or your brand is when they are in your community and that community actively engage in what you're doing. So, and that way, and one thing about community management is that it helps you to know the pain points of your audience and then you deliver those pain points. So that's why this is one non-tech role. Now, if you notice, Web3 look at it is a tech place for people, is a tech area for people, but then non-tech roles are going to be very important. We're having roles like community management is going to be very, very important because every audience from social media needs to convert to loyal fans, and that is where community management comes in. Now, for this task of creating an event, there are community events. There are different kinds of community events, and usually the role of community events is to increase awareness about the community and bring more people in and introduce the public into topics around what that particular brand is about. For example, now for Value Corp, what we do is like a little bit diverse. Crypto. Very soon, we're going to introduce us into the business side of Value Corp, right? That's the part we're expanding into. That part is going to create more opportunities for everybody in the group. Value Corp is focused on non-tech areas. If you notice, we don't teach anything tech, unless it's crypto trading, but we don't teach anything tech. So I focus on non-tech areas that are relevant in Web3. And we are expanding into areas that will make more opportunities come to people in the community. Attract the jobs so that the people in the community can be employed by these people. So we are putting the framework in place and make that possible. So even if you're looking at you're hunting for jobs using the things that we taught you, there are still opportunities for you to earn within Value Corp. So we are like your in-between between you and those clients. But it's going to be focused on non-tech skills like content writing, community management, social media management, graphic design, customer support, growth hacking, and product management. So these are going to be the areas we're going to focus on, but one area at a time. So, of course, I'm going to update everybody in the community over time, like on the details and all of that. We are going to work with these serious people. This is not even about trying to force people to learn or to practice what they learned or try to get rid of what they learned. If somebody is not good enough, we can't recommend that person to a potential client. It's not about telling me you want to make money. Like I always tell people, if you really want to make money, you should be ready to produce the results required for that money to be given to you. You have to earn the money in this space. This is not a place of emotional blackmail or anything. So hosting community events is another role of a community manager or community moderator. And these communities now, for example, is one of the biggest, let's say, most popular community building application is Telegram and Discord, because you can easily integrate stuff that will help you moderate, engage, and manage your community. So when you're hosting community events, that is, the main aim of community events is you want to use the opportunity to leverage people that you know, or people that know people that you know, or people that know the people that know the people that you know. So you must always draft up a strategy that you want to use and do this. You don't do it randomly. So I like the fact that people had this experience so that it can teach you one or two things. It's one thing to learn about the text, learn something in the textbook format. The only way you can know whether the questions that you really have or how much of that thing you learned is really working for you is when you practice it and then you encounter the challenges and then you find out questions or solutions that will solve the challenges you encountered. So when you're hosting events, it's important to have enough window, like time window to help you you have enough time window to help you let's say publicize the event, and you have to decide where are you publicizing it to, your copy. Now when you write a copy, don't automatically expect people to just key into it. This is where the strategy you now use comes in. If you have a following on WhatsApp, you can leverage WhatsApp, for example, and use a friends of friends to market your events. For example, now when you put something on your status, how many persons see it? If 50 persons see your status every day, you can offer something, that's what we call a lead magnet. You can offer something, or you can make your copy on your WhatsApp enticing, or you have a group, a community of 50 persons in a group, and then you can tell them that if they post this thing on their status and 20 persons views it, they will get this gift, or they will get something. Just offer something that's not it's not expensive. It can be something free, but it's something valuable that they can value. So you can leverage. So you don't make sure that the value you're offering is evident, very evident, like in your copy. Like the copy you guys sent me was cool, it was okay, but it's one thing to do a copy, it's another thing to make the copy bring in what you're looking for. So you leverage your friends, engage people, like if possible, put together maybe like 10-man team that would always post it out on their status and get people to come in. And then send the reminders, 30 minutes to the time, 10 minutes to the time. Beyond the copy, do short copies, like, short things like, if you're missing this, you're missing a lot. Like, these are things you're going to gain, these are things you're going to gain. Now, about picking topic for this, the reason why it was tough. The question, first of all, in picking topics, ask yourself, first of all, what do you want these people to achieve? What do you want them to gain? Do you understand? Like, what exactly do you want them to achieve? What is the end goal of this event? Because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about you at the end. But first of all, it's about your audience. Because if your audience is catered for, then the goal of the community is achieved, which is your own end goal. I don't know if all this I'm saying is making sense. Sonny, Shola.
I'm listening.
I don't know if it's making sense to you.
It's making sense. A lot sense.
Yeah, so it gets better. What about skills is that it gets better and better the more you apply them. When you get a strategy, apply that strategy. See if the result the person talked about, if you can get it. If you don't get it, check the challenges you encountered in the process, and then find out if there's something unique about your situation. Because whether you like it or not, if I come and teach you a particular strategy, there are things that worked in my favor that made it happen that you probably don't have access to. So you check around you and check the things that will work in your own favor, things that are your own advantage that will make that strategy to work. Does this make any sense at all?
Yeah, it's making sense.
Yeah, because, for example, now, if you are someone who has influence, like what I mean by influence, I won't talk about number now. I'm talking about when you talk, people listen. That's an advantage for you. You might not have numbers on social media, but maybe your one-on-one interaction with people, you can influence people. You can leverage that to get the result you're looking for. That is your own strategy. Like, that is your own advantage. When you combine it with the strategy that you learned, it's going to work for you. Now, another person might not be a person of influence. Maybe if they are here, you might not notice that they are here. But online, they are a force, because those people that are online know the person that he has projected online, but they don't know him in real life. So he can leverage that online influence to get the results he's looking for. But those people that have physical influence, like people around them, know they can leverage that kind of influence to get by connecting with those people in their lives that they have influence over, and tell them, you. I have a program coming up, and I would like you to do this, do that. Post this in your WhatsApp status and all of that. Do this, do that. And it's going to bring you the results. So look at yourself. What is that advantage? What is that unique advantage that you have? Combine it with the strategy that you've laid down. Before you roll out any event, always have a strategy on ground that you are running with. Where will you publicize it? Are you going to use only one channel? Will you use 2 channels? Is it going to only be on Instagram? Will it only be on WhatsApp status? Are you going to talk to, and never depend on already existing audience? You never can tell. A new audience might come in that will even pay more attention than already existing audience. Always go out for newer audience, but still remain with your target audience. Identify who needs this topic that I want to teach. For example, now, these opportunities in Web3, who need these things? Are they just job seekers? Is it people that already have skills? Is it people that are in Web2, but they don't know that there are opportunities in Web3? Identify who needs your topic so that you will now know. You ask yourself, where can I find them? Do you understand? So that you don't go and publicize an event to a market person. And that market person will not have time. A businessman does not have time to come and start looking for opportunities in Web3. All they're thinking about is how they're going to open their shop. Or they just want to relax and watch what's happening on Instagram. So you need to ask yourself, who needs this event? Where can I find them? Are they always on Instagram? And when they're on Instagram, what are they doing on Instagram? Are they always under Tony Emily's handle? Where is it LinkedIn? Are they always on LinkedIn? Is it on Facebook? Are they all on Facebook? If you're going to do multi-channels, if you're using multi-channels, then you must work according to how that channel works. If it's Instagram, it means that you just have to post a. It means that you don't always have to. You don't always have to. Okay, I just lost my train of thought. But you get the idea. On Instagram, for example, now you don't just post a picture. You might need to do a short video saying, "This is what you're going to benefit." People don't tell people just about your events. Tell them what they are experiencing. It's a copywriting formula that I love so much. It's called PAS. PAS. Pain, agitate, solution. What are the pain? What are the challenges people are facing at that point? Make it project the consequences of them not solving that challenge. Make challenges more very obvious and then provide them a solution. Do you get? And then there is this, you can add something in between the agitate and solution. Show them a future, a potential future where that challenge does not exist. And then give them a solution that will help them achieve. This is one formula that I love so much. There's so many copywriting formulas. Now, in this formula now, this one also follows what we call the peak end rule, whereby no matter how a story starts, it should always end in a good mood, because people will always leave something with the last feeling that they had about that stuff. For example, now, if you go for a wedding and the wedding is amazing, is going so well, and all of a sudden, at the end of the wedding, something goes wrong, you will not remember the good part of the wedding. You will always remember the last feeling the wedding left you with. So which is why I love that this particular from the other formulas. If you go online, you will find plenty of them, which all of them can serve for different products and whatever. For different products or whatever it is that you're doing. So when you're, as a community manager, when you're creating an event, put all this into consideration, and then do not stop at the first trial. Whether you have a crypto job or not, build your own personal brand. Your name can be your personal brand. And people will start identifying you with your name. Don't just be a job seeker, like you're always looking for a job. Start presenting yourself as a solution provider. So that means you can start hosting your own Twitter space. It is not hard to do. And you don't even need graphics to do all these things. You don't necessarily need the graphics to do all these things, right? You need to, of course, graphics makes it very pictorial, which is fine, right? What I'm saying is that you don't just limit yourself to one thing. So you can start doing Instagram Live, pick a topic, do Instagram Live, pick a topic, do Twitter Space, pick a topic, and then you start even growing this thing. But first of all, like I said, you must identify what solutions, the problems that people actually have, and what solutions are you bringing to the table with what you are trying to do. That way, you can be able to track your results. So from this one now, check everything. You guys have done well. And so I'll be moving on to the main topic of the day today. I'm not going to take a lot of time with it, so